Yeah, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like you know anything about pedals?
No.
Like, or any guitar effects?
No.
Anything like that?
Like, I've heard the word distortion, but I have no idea what it means.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I guess. Here we go. So I'm just picking, like, how many do I have to pick?
Well, I'm thinking no more than 10 because then I can plug them all into one power supply. But
Oh boy.
just whatever speaks to you, whatever makes you feel something.
Oh god. They're all so pretty.
So just grab whatever you
So
want.
I can start?
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Well, I've been eyeballing this. It's pretty. This got sparkles on it, so
Yeah.
obviously, since I'm a girl. Okay.
Perfect.
I'm gonna pick this one because I know it's a good one because I got it for you for Christmas. And it's got cool stuff on it. So we'll do that one. Can't go wrong with a super expensive pedal, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You gotta do the lizard. Because it's awesome.
It'd be funny if you end up just picking all the most expensive pedals.
Are those all expensive so far?
Yeah, they're up there.
Okay. Well, I like this one because it reminds me of The Matrix.
That's hilarious that you picked that one. I wasn't sure if it worked right. I had to plug it in last night and make sure that it even worked.
Okay, so
That's probably the cheapest pedal I own. So that's funny. What are you thinking looking at all these
just the artwork.
artwork?
I don't know anything. The only thing I know is that's Paul Gibby's, right?
Yep, that's his signature.
All right. Put Paul out there. Okay, that's
She has heard me talk about JHS a little, just
Yeah.
a couple times.
Yeah, this just like about a million times. I like that one. It's cute. No idea what it does.
Recognize the artwork?
No.
It's a Green Day album.
Oh.
Dookie.
Worst wife ever. Okay, I like this one.
Yeah.
That one's cool. No idea what it does. Yeah, I have no idea what it does. One of them said gain on it. I've heard that word before. I have no idea what it means, but I've heard
Anyway,
it.
what's your best guess as to what gain means?
I don't know.
No idea?
I have no idea and I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to say anything because it's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be bad. Okay. So should I pick one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
One more. Okay, well I've been eyeballing this one because it looks cool.
Cool.
Ambient reverb. Oh, okay, so like more ambient, echoey, maybe?
Something like that.
Only because I know what the word ambient means.
Alright. Feel good about that?
Yeah, it's probably going to sound like shit, right?
We'll see. We'll see.
Is that good?
Let's hope so. Okay.
How bad is it?
It's gonna be interesting. These
Interesting is code for you messed this up.
These three do very similar stuff.
Damn it.
That's okay. Actually, these four.
Oh,
in a way.
God.
This is sort of different.
Oh, God.
It's fine. It's gonna be fun. So you picked a reverb. That's like the like not so much echo as in like a repeat, but the echo like if you're in like a cave or a big room. Okay. That's reverb.
Cool.
This is a low pass filter. That's how I use it. It's got some other stuff, but we won't bother with that. It takes all of the high end out. So like when songs have sections that start to sound muffled, that's kind of what this does.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The lizard is what's called a flanger. This is a piece of crap.
Damn it!
But it just kind of...
The Matrix!
It's actually sort of similar to this in a sense, which is funny. But I'll just demonstrate that in a second too. These are all overdrive or distortion pedals.
God.
So gain, where'd you see gain? Gain on both of those
Yeah.
is like the level of distortion. So let's put it together and see how it sounds.
Yikes.
think I can just use one of these. Oh wait, actually there's one more element to this. So you're gonna pick the order of things, just without any knowledge of how it should be.
Okay, well, so
what do you want to go into
these
first?
4 were similar?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I won't put those next to each other.
Okay. So what do you want to go into first?
Dusk.
The Dusk. Okay.
Because it's my favorite.
It's your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
80s disco vibe.
Then what do you want to go into?
I'll go into one of these.
The Architect.
So you have to put Velcro on all of these yourself?
Yep.
Oh. Cool. Will do.
That.
Big mama.
What's funny is like pedal order, there's not really hard rules. There's just what's typical, but like you can experiment with it and make some cool stuff happen, so who knows?
So I can't
Maybe.
be wrong.
Not really. We'll see if we get some interesting sounds.
Okay. We'll do.
Into that.
Crappy one. Okay. Then we'll do
The Lizard, the Gibby, and the Green Day.
We'll do Green Day. This is satisfying. Okay, we'll do the Lizard.
Yeah, I love putting boards together. Then into the Paul Gibby.
And then into the Paul Gibby. How bad is this gonna sound?
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna play through it first, and then we'll talk about.
I'm scared. What guitar are you gonna use?
That's 8 pedals, right?
Yeah. I just picked the ones I thought looked the coolest.
I knew you would. That's totally fine.
So Fuzz, is that like Rolling Stones, like just bad quality-ish, kind of?
Yeah.
Like a weird, edgy grunge.
Technically, a fuzz circuit is degrading the signal of the guitar to a point that we decided sounds cool.
Cool.
This up to the amp. Alright.
Okay, I was gonna pick Myra, so we'll do that.
Okay. Mira is my wife's name, so we call this PRS Mira, not Mira. Since you did not pick a tuner pedal, which would be the first essential piece of a good pedalboard.
Failed before I even started.
Okay, so this is what the amp sounds like.
Sounds good. You do it, because I don't wanna...
Alright, well we'll go in order. So... So, like here, it's just normal.
I like that. It's nice.
So I can do like a...
Cool. That's
cool.
It's satisfying.
Then you went into the Overdrive, which is... kind of what you expected?
No.
No?
I had no idea what to expect. Okay. Classic.
And this has an extra boost in it, that's why there's 2 foot switches.
Nice.
So then you went into a reverb, which was an interesting choice.
Oh god, this is gonna be bad, isn't it?
You can hear that without it.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like we're in a cave.
Make it really long and loud. turn. So this is the octave in there. So without it, get like
nice.
reverb.
Nice.
So these mix great with overdrives. Then you went into fuzz, which is interesting as well. So. Gets crazy.
Cool.
Yep. Then we got this broken thing. It does this.
Oh no, this is gonna be bad.
It's just so subtle.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works with an overdrive. That helps. And it feels like there's dead spots in the knobs where like it just stops doing anything.
Yeah.
We'll play with that later. So then we went into the Dookie, which is just another distortion thing, but this is simulating the 2 amps that they used on this album.
Oh, cool.
And then you can blend those 2 amps together. So it's kind of got 2 sounds in it. Sort of like a cleaner, distorted, and then a high gain. But you can blend them for a really nice full sound.
Okay.
Nothing too special about that. The flanger, the lizard. There we go. So. Make it more.
Okay.
So these effects are called modulation because it's taking the signal and doing something to it. You've probably heard it. You've heard it in a lot of songs, but. And then Paul is just another. So,
yikes!
the order is wrong.
So I can't
Maybe.
be wrong.
Not really. Well, it was funny that you said, okay, those 4 are similar, so I'm not going to put them together. You would typically group similar pedals. But then you would generally start with overdrive at the beginning. I use this at the very end, which is fun. But I'm not sure how much it matters. Let's see. Actually, wait, let's do. I'm gonna slowly turn this knob down.
To the left.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
So it is less defined at the front. The reason it's not as pronounced is it's applying that effect to just the clean guitar signal. And then what's coming from that is being distorted.
Okay.
So the distortion pedal's getting this weird, weak signal, and it's just trying its best. Whereas at the end, you'd be putting still a good, strong musical signal into it and then taking away that high end.
So I did this.
So that might
wrong
be,
way.
this is the most wrong thing that I would say. This is good. The overdrive into reverb. That's how you want it.
Okay. Yay! I did something right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a good lead tone.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then it goes back into the fuzz.
Oh boy.
So if we wanted to use fuzz with reverb,
sounds bad.
Because it's distorting the reverb effect.
Yeah.
Because it's getting that into it, so it's distorting the whole thing.
Oh,
if it was before, again, you'd be sending the normal distorted signal, and it would only apply the reverb to that.
Gotcha.
So reverb would typically be at the end. The reverb is sort of enhancing everything you're putting into it and giving you that effect on top of it, and you don't really want to do much to the reverb. Sometimes people will put reverb into a delay pedal so that the reverb effect is doubled and echoing, but that's
cool.
Its own thing.
Yeah. It's going to sound so bad.
So if you ignore this, these two, this is a good chain. Fuzz into modulation.
Okay.
That's good. What's also funny is old school fuzz pedals, like what Jimi Hendrix used, they had to be at the front of the chain, or they just didn't work at all. It would just screech at you.
Oh.
But modern technology, it can go anywhere now. But yeah, these go well together. That pedal is just dumb, but it at least does more when you have a crazy signal going into it. So that's right. Distortion type into modulation is good.
Okay.
But then you went back into distortion.
Oh, God.
So let's see. But some people put those early in their chain and run it into distortion. So these two sounding more or less usable does make sense, actually. If this was a better pedal, I think it would sound cool, but it's just sucks, so doesn't quite do that right. Distortion into modulation again. That was good. You kind of switched off. Because you switched off, you got half right and half wrong, basically. So you can hear the effect a lot more when there's a distorted tone.
Gotcha. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. The flanger into the Paul Gilbert will be interesting. I actually really like that. That's cool. It's a cool old school lead sound. Alright. You want to turn them all on?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Alright, I'll just play some stuff and you just go through. So we can hear it.
Sounds good so far. That was bad.
That was fun. How would you rate your first pedalboard?
Oh, it's terrible.
Out of 10.
Like maybe a 1.
I would give it a 3 because I liked this combination. I liked the flanger into Paul, And then I thought the fuzz into this was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then this was a good pairing, obviously.
Oh man, but all of it together.
It didn't work great.
It sounded bad.
It didn't work great.
It was offensive.
It was. And maybe we can do this every once in a while, and you'll learn more. And someday you'll put together a good pedal board.
Oh god, there's gonna be so much pressure on the next time.
No, because we still didn't even really get into a lot of stuff. There's whole effects we didn't even touch on.
It sounded really bad on our end too, if that makes you feel better.
I hope it sounds bad. I can look at all of the meters have like they peaked during that. See all that stuff. They're like, we didn't like that.
Yep.
We didn't like that.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.